So me and you have to talk because you haven't been doing some of the things that you want to do, and we need to talk about that because that's an issue. Because this world needs you, you need you, and you need to start acting on the things you truly want to do. Now, someone asked me the other day, how do you have so much drive? Like, where do you get your drive? And I think drive is a misconception because people assume when we look at people who are on YouTube or people who have big profiles or anybody that's just like quote unquote killing it in life, we just think they have all this drive, all this motivation, and all this inspiration, and it's not true. They just put their foot on the gas and they go. I have a couple tips and things that have really helped me get in motion and create everything that I'm doing right now. I have a successful podcast. My YouTube channel is doing pretty well. I have lots of opportunities, and I did this all just because I put my foot on the gas and I went. But I created some structures and some systems. Like, I'm sure we've all had jobs where mosquitoes everywhere. Sorry, but mosquitoes are getting crazy. Now, I'm sure we've all had jobs where we don't like them. You understand? You got to be at work at 7 a.m. You wake up at 5 a.m. You have your coffee, you have your tea, because you understand, we tea drinkers over here. And you go to work. You get into your car, although you don't want to go, and you put your foot on the gas and you head to work. That's exactly what you have to do with the things you truly want to do. Let it be start a YouTube channel. Let it be pivot in another life direction. You have to act. Action creates things, but there's a block. You're procrastinating. There's stagnant energy. The more you procrastinate, the more energy that builds up. The more that you question yourself, the energy gets stuck. Now, we look at YouTube channels and think like, oh, that process is smooth, but it's not. It's very stressful. Let me tell you, creating videos, creating a channel on YouTube is very stressful. Your favorite creator, as beautiful and as glorious as they seem, let me tell you, this mosquito right now, ooh, I'm a Jedi. Call me Yoda. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter how beautiful, how great their videos are, they are questioning themselves throughout the week. They are stressed, they are worrying. They're worrying about the thumbnail. They're worrying if people still like them. They're worrying if they can continue to do what they're doing. They're worrying if they'll have good ideas. It's a part of the process, you understand? It's a part of the process. Nobody just has tons of drive. They create it. They get in motion. They show up for themselves, and they show themselves that they can respect themselves. When you can't show up for yourself, it's a lack of respect. Today's a little bit of a harder touch, you understand? Because we got to get to the root of things. I want all of us to do the things that we have been stalling on, because that's going to elevate and illuminate our light. You understand? And we're going to be a lot happier. We're going to be in motion. We're going to be evolving constantly and showing other people how to do it as well. If you're supposed to be at work on Friday, let's say at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., you're going to be there. If you work in a restaurant and your boss tells you to take out the trash, you're going to take out the trash. But when you tell yourself that you're going to start a YouTube channel on Friday, or when you tell yourself you're going to pivot in another direction September 1st, and you don't, why? There's a lack of respect. There's a lack of respect for yourself. And you have to get to the root of that. You have to show up for yourself. You have to put your foot on the gas and go. The drive doesn't come first. You put your foot on the gas and then you create momentum. I remember when I started my podcast, I was struggling in the beginning, and then I decided to do my podcast every single day. And the reason why I decided to do every single day is so I knew I had to be accountable for myself, because I didn't trust myself to do a podcast once a week, and I wanted to create a daily ritual with people where we all tuned in every single day, and they kept me accountable because I knew they were expecting it Monday to Friday. I was consistent for the first year straight. I didn't miss a day. And I would say 6 months in, almost 80% of the time I woke up in the morning, I did not want to do it. Let me tell you, I did not want to do it. But because I had so much momentum, it's like a force came through me and threw me into my chair. I would record, and then I would feel so much better. And I would be even stronger and have more resilience. And it's like, yo, I woke up not even wanting to do this thing. But because I created so much drive already and I was in momentum, the motion took care of itself. And that's what will happen. Think if you're on the highway, you're driving like 100. Do you think if you take your foot off the gas, your car's just going to stop? No. After a while, it gets a lot easier. You're in rhythm, right? You're in motion. And next thing you know, you don't have to think as much. You're just in the motion. And there's still gonna be stress, right? There's still gonna be worry, right? You're still gonna have questions, but you're stronger now because you got in motion, you acted. Action, you have to act. Action creates things. ACT. And you just have to create structure for yourself. Put yourself in the space to be able to work, right? The morning is crucial. So for me, in the morning, my thing right now is I get up every day and I just write and then I read. And that sets my focus for the day. So I am clear-minded. Whatever you do in the morning should set you up for the day. So you can actually get to the things you truly want to do. If you start your day distracted, you're definitely not going to get to it. And a lot of us have hobbies or things we want to get going, or YouTube channels or extra businesses or whatever it may be. There's things we want to get going, but we don't have the time because we have 9 to 5s, we have a lot of responsibilities. So you have to work with what you have. When I had a full-time job, I would literally come home and just work. I didn't go to the clubs. I didn't go out with my friends. All my friends were doing other things. And I said, hey, I only have 5 hours to myself every single day. And then I gotta go to work again and I had to sleep. And I used to travel to work. It took me an hour and a half to get to work and an hour and a half back because I was on the bus. So I used my time and I got to it. So you have to tell yourself, it doesn't matter how many times I fail, I'm never gonna quit. When you have that attitude, you've already won. Because it doesn't matter how many times you're gonna fail. It doesn't matter if you fail 50,000 times, you're not gonna quit. And that's the attitude I've had for the last 14 years, to be honest. I know a lot of people who started the same time as me around in the entertainment realm, and most people ended up quitting because realities of life led them down a different path, and everyone has their own destiny. But I had the mindset that it doesn't matter how long this takes me, how many times I fall, I won't quit. And when times get rough, I tell myself that again, like, it doesn't matter what's going on right now, I will not quit. So if you adopt that mindset that, no, it doesn't matter how bad my videos are, it doesn't matter how many times I fall in starting up that business, I will never quit, you have already won because you have put your foot on the gas and you're in motion, you understand? And that's exactly what you have to do. Nobody just has drive. We create it. Sometimes we get inspired. Sometimes we can get a little bit of momentum from our friends or from somebody else or from watching a YouTube video. Now you can feel a little bit of momentum. You can feel a little bit of energy, right? But you still have to put your foot on the gas and go and stop making excuses. Because again, if you're at work, your boss asks you to do something, you do it. So when you tell yourself to do something, you have to do it. You have to show up for yourself. Show yourself that you are worth it. Through all resistance, through all limitations, show yourself that you are the most important person by doing the things that you truly love, you understand? So that's exactly how I create drive, you understand? I put my foot on the gas and I go. Sometimes I don't feel like making a YouTube video, but I create a ritual that puts me in motion and gets me inspired. I'll light some incense, I'll turn my camera on and I'll just film some B-roll while listening to music. I'll put my AirPods on and I'll just get the energy and motion, and then ideas come from me and then I film. And let me tell you, it's always a stressful process, but it's a beautiful process as well, especially when you come to completion, right? But put value on the process. Don't put the value on the destination or the goal. Just fall in love with the process, fall in love with making mistakes, and you'll be all right. And if you have insecurities, if you have flaws, the best way to get over that is to allow them to be seen. A lot of us don't do things because we are insecure and we don't want other people to see our flaws. But people aren't really gonna notice your flaws. Only you think they're a flaw because you're critical, because you are looking at yourself through this really strict lens. When I started to allow my flaws to be seen, I realized the things that I thought were flaws, nobody else even realized. Nobody else even thought they were flaws. Then I realized I was just tripping. You understand? So create the drive, get in action, put your foot on the gas and go. Once you have the momentum, the rest will take care of itself. It gets a lot easier. Let me tell you, it gets a lot easier. But the hardest part is just getting out of your own mind. Out of your own mind, that's all it is. And getting emotion, you understand? But you can do it. You can do it. Today you can do it. Tomorrow you can do it. This weekend you can do it. You have the energy, you have the power, and most of all, just enjoy what you're doing. Go outside like me right now. You understand? Beautiful as can be. You understand? Like, look at it. Look at it. It's beautiful, right? It's beautiful. And because I got in motion, because I just put my foot on the gas, I was able to get like a little spot like this just to be able to do my thing. So you don't know in hindsight, everything gonna be all right. It's a vibe thing, and we powered by. We never really hang out like this, just like outside. If y'all want to hang out more like this, let's do it. Obviously, this isn't a polished video. It's not a curated video. No edits and stuff really. So I don't know. I like just naturally kicking with y'all though. You know, that's what we do.